What's going on, everyone? Just a quick video on behalf of Animal Performance. So today we're going to discuss the topics of best training splits or types and ways of training for a beginner. So always at the forethought of your brain and mind, your form. It's the most important thing of any single exercise, especially when you're starting out or when you're fairly fresh into training with resistance. Weights, whether it's body weight, whether it's bands, whether it's free weights or machines, the form is the single most important key. Secondly, is the muscle activation. Whatever muscle moves first, whichever muscle is on top in the direction of the exercise, is going to be the primary mover to that exercise. Okay, so it's very important that you make sure you're working the area where you're placing the demand. Thirdly, frequency. Frequency is far more important than intensity. You're always going to be better off training at higher rep ranges, set amounts, or overall training frequency volume over the course of the week than trying to do as hard and heavy as possible, because once the weight exceeds a certain level, then you're going to feel that most of the stimulus and most of the demand and challenge is coming with coping with that weight. Also, when you're learning new movement patterns and when you're learning new types and ways of exercise, that by doing it more often, it will allow your body and your nervous system to adapt far better and far quicker by doing it in higher volumes than focusing on lower volume and more weight. So ideally, I would suggest a full body approach that can be broken down over 3 days. It can even be broken down over 5 days. It's completely up to you. You want kind of a weekly set volume between 10 and 20 reps. Sorry, 10 or 20 sets per muscle group. Okay, ideally the sweet spot is about 15. So if you train 3 days a week, you'd be doing 5 sets of back, 5 sets of chest, 5 sets of legs, 3 times a week, volume hit. If you're doing it every day for 5 days, then you can do 3 sets on each muscle group. So by the end of the 5 days, you hit 15 sets once again. So remember, guys, the intensity isn't as important as the frequency. Frequency is king. That's just a general idea for beginners. I will be bringing out a bit more information in terms of intermediary and advanced training. Keep an eye out, guys. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Please drop a comment or a like, or any further questions that you'd like me to address, let me know.